Global education is something that really impacts, or global poverty really does impact me. We have a global society, and it's a joy to be a part of the solution. You asked me if I, ever felt overwhelmed, and I used to feel, oh my gosh, it's like a drop in the bucket. But now I'm inspired because I really see the result, and of course there's still so much more need in the world. But I see it more from, oh gosh, look at the ripple effect that we're creating, and we're doing our part. And if everybody does a little bit, it's interesting, Katerina, because they estimate it would cost about $15 billion to educate every child on the planet for 1 year. Well, it sounds like a lot of money, but we spent twice that last year on ice cream in North America alone.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God! When you said 15 billion, I thought, okay, that sounds like a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, we spent 3 times that feeding our dogs and cats, and we spent 4 times that, $60 billion, trying to lose weight.
Wow.
So there you have it.
So
the money
this
is there.
Can be done. Exactly. This can be done.
The
Come
money
on.
is there.
Just don't cut your ice cream consumption in half, and we're halfway there.
Yeah,
Come
either
on.
cut it or just put a little more into something else. It's like a Starbucks,
It's funny that you say Starbucks, Cynthia, because I was having this conversation the other day with a friend of mine, and she said, well, I'm tight for cash, and we were talking about holiday giving. And I said to her, you're not tight for cash. I said, when you're spending $5 a day buying a double cream latte extra hot with an extra shot of espresso, I said, just cut that out. And there's $5 a day. Do you know how much you can do with $5 a day?
It's true. And you know what? When you're tight for cash, maybe you're holding on to it. It's like the law of giving and receiving. Mm-hmm. What happens is giving activates the law of receiving. It's not the opposite. So what I would say, if you're tight for cash, look at how you're giving. How are you contributing? How are you being generous? And don't be generous because you know that you're going to be receiving. It's like looking for ways that you can circulate that money and make a difference. What inspires you? And notice how it comes back. But it's activated through giving. Right. So it's not the opposite. Most people think I don't have enough. If I give to you, I won't have enough for me. Yeah. And it's the opposite.
Now, Cynthia, speaking of giving, you have the Unstoppable Foundation has been around now for 8 or 9 years. How long has it been?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes, 9 years this year.
And you have an annual gala, which is a fundraiser that you do in Los Angeles. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
I do. So, yes, you can go to unstoppablegala.org. And basically, we have a big event every year. It started as my birthday. Remember, I did that birthday party. And now it's turned into this big, huge event. It's at the Beverly Hilton. It's March 25th, 2017.
Coming up in March, okay.
Right, and Jack Canfield calls it the Oscars of the transformational and personal development industry. So, everybody's there. Bob Proctor, Mary Morrissey, Reverend Michael Beckwith, Jack Canfield, like the list goes on and on. And it's fun, it's inspiring. Nellie Furtado is going to be there this year. The tenors are performing. Right. We have, students from our schools. It's like, it is an uplifting, inspiring opportunity and a way for people to easily make a difference.
Right. I was lucky enough to attend last year's gala, and I can tell anyone that's local to the Los Angeles area, or even if you're not and you'd like to attend, it is well worth it. They put on such a lovely show, and all of the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, go towards helping to build these villages. So, Cynthia, I'm looking really forward to being there at this year's gala as well. Yes.
Maybe you could put a table together, have some of your listeners and community sit together and kind of come together as a force for good.
There we go. I love that. Cynthia, we just have a couple more minutes before our next caller is going to call in. Do you have some advice for people that are looking at ways to add value? What would you tell them?
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? I would say look for ways you can give. I started years ago. I did this thing, a year of giving. Okay. And every year, what I did, or every day, I would start first, how can I give to myself personally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually? So that was the first thing, feeding myself, my body,
your mind, your
my
soul.
Spirit.
Sure.
So you start giving yourself. And then I look for how can I give, like what is one way that I can give, add value, call it whatever you want, every single day. And sometimes it could be as simple as letting somebody get in front of you in the line at the grocery store, or letting them, somebody pull out in front of you, or...
And what I find sometimes is just saying a kind word to someone. A lot of the people that we overlook is the person, at the register, at the checkout counter at the supermarket. And just being kind to them for 2 minutes.
Like when you have that come from of looking every single day, how can I give value? Right. Who needs my support? And not from a place of depletion, but really of divine inspiration. Mm-hmm. And if you do that, your life will be changed.
Well, we are looking at helping motivate people to change their lives in a better way. Cynthia, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with us. I would love to invite you back at some point next year. We're going to be having a bit of a forum, and I know you'd be fabulous for it. So I will stay in touch with you on that. For now, Merry Christmas. TheUnstoppableFoundation.org. For anyone wanting to learn more about how you can contribute to Cynthia and her cause, TheUnstoppableFoundation.org. Cynthia, I wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Thank you so much. Same to you, Katerina. Appreciate you very much.
Cheers. Take care and thank you.
All right, blessings.
Bye-bye. So such a fabulous cause and a great story. I mean, my favorite part of that is this was her 50th birthday party, and she raised $80,000 by just asking her friends to donate a little bit of money at the door. I mean, you can start with something that small, and she has grown this into an international multi-million-dollar foundation, as she mentioned, that is really geared at educating children and providing a foundation of, the pillars of a foundation of a village, so that the girls that used to have to go to get the water don't have to go do that anymore. People can be and do what they want to do in a way that really impacts the world. Speaking of impacting the world, our next guest is on the phone now.